I think winning in the CFL comes from putting pressure on the opposing quarterback and defending your own quarterback. If you look at the first few games, that's exactly what we did in the first game, and all the pressure was on Burris, and Odell Willis was yapping in his ear hole. In the next games against Giles and Lule, all the heat they put on him, they could never get anything going. And we actually have done that over the last 4 games as well, but just haven't continued on with it. In the second half, the tables kind of get turned on us. They're putting the heat on Darian. He's been sacked, and he's maybe made some bad decisions, but that's what pressure does. I look back at the championship years in 1989. Favorite rider, Bobby Jerison on one end of the line, Vince Goldsmith, rider grade on the other end, and a guy up the middle, Chuck Klingbeil. And we went into Edmonton, the 16-2 Eskimos, and we kicked them because we put pressure on Tracy Ham. Chuck Klingbeil hit Ham so hard one time he did a somersault with him and still had him in his grasp when he got to his feet. And then Albright scoops up the fumble, goes into the end zone for the touchdown, and that was a turning point of that game, which actually got us to the '89 Grey Cup. Greatest game ever played. In '07, John Chick, Scott Schultz, Chucky Adams, and the guys, and the pressure that they put on the Calgary and BC quarterbacks down the stretch and into the playoffs. I remember the hate that the BC Lions had for the Riders' defensive line and vice versa. And when the Riders dominated the BC offensive line and won that game within the game, we were on our way to the '07 Grey Cup and the second championship. My favorite memories in Rider histories are great plays, are hits on the opposing quarterback. Eddie Lowe on Turner Gill. I remember, I call that the day Amen Eddie turned off Turner's lights. And everybody remembers Fred Perry's hit on Dave Dickinson a few years ago. Well, everybody except Dave Dickinson remembers the hit. And I don't know, even our highlight from last year was the hit on Buck Pierce.
All right, Garth, I think your rider knowledge itself was probably one of the best that we've seen throughout all of the competitions. You have very in-depth rider knowledge, there's no question. Even down to the individual plays of your favorite games back in '89 when they won the Cup. It was very cool to see. It was almost like I was getting a history lesson on the Riders a little bit of these great stories of all your great memories. So
yeah, I definitely have to agree, Garth. That was awesome. I actually wanted you to keep going because you're pulling at the old heartstrings there. You get all the. I'm with you. I remember all those plays from '89 and all the big hits on quarterbacks. So I thought that was great. I had a lot of fun listening to you.
The one thing I liked is as you told another story, was like, yeah. And then you said another one, yeah. It was you could hear actually get someone emotional connection with the people who saw those plays. Very visual, and that helps people kind of weigh in and react to what you're saying. Is when you can provide them with something visual that they can remember and harken back to and really base on. I thought it was really well done. Really well done.